If you are an active participant of stock markets, you must have noticed that whenever there's any big event like the elections, the budget, or even the monetary policy meeting of the RBI, market starts to move in a direction all of a sudden, and that too with an increased volatility. This movement usually takes place a couple of days before the actual event and stops when the event is over. And this process of the market to show a directional movement with increased price fluctuations before any big event is called factoring the event. And in this video, we are going to understand the reason behind why it happens. So make sure to stick with me until the end and show some support by subscribing to the channel. So without any further ado, let's begin. So to understand why the factoring of the event thing happens, we first need to understand how it happens. And for that, we need to dig a bit deeper into the operational activities of the DIIs, the FIIs, the prop firms, the big traders, basically the biggies. Now, what happens is whenever there's any big event, like let's say the budget or RBI policy meeting, there are going to be some things which are going to be confidential. Well, that's very obvious, right? But believe me or not, these biggies get that confidential news a couple of days before public. Somehow they get it. And the thing is, now imagine yourself as a DII or a FII. You have 4,000 crore, 5,000 crore rupees in your pocket, and you have some news which other people do not know about, which potentially can affect the market in a positive way or a negative way. So what are you going to do about it? You have the money, you have the news, you're obviously going to make positions out of that money, right? You have $1 billion in your hand, you're going to make positions from that money because of the news that you have, that you know is going to come out a couple of days later in public, and then the public are going to react to that news. So let's say you know about something which is positive, you know about a news which is going to come out 2 days later, and that news is a positive for the market. So what you will do, you will start building up your positions a couple of days before the actual event is coming live on TV or some other platform. And now the market moves up and you are a DII. So you obviously have the money to move markets on your own. Now think as a DII, how much do you think these big people are targeting to make in terms of percentage per annum? They are not targeting more than 20 or 25% because they have billions of dollars in their hand. 20 or 25% becomes a huge sum of money as well. So they are not targeting more than 2% a month. That is what we can say, right? So 2% is their monthly target. And if you have money and if you have the news, and let's imagine that all of the biggies get the same news at the same time and they're building same position at the same time, the market can easily move 2 or 3% in these couple of days, right? So that is not a big deal. So they move the market 2 or 3% in these 2 days. Their monthly target is met in these 2 days only. And when the actual news comes out, what happens is people like us who see it on TV, Twitter, YouTube, they think that this news is positive and the market must move up, and we start building our positions by buying the market at that point. And these people who bought the market couple of days before are trying to exit the market at that point. So we are buying and these people are selling. And if you see, if you have noticed this thing, these event things, they are very unpredictable. Like it has happened so many times that I have noticed that some news comes up that was so much, so positive for the market and the market tanked. And then there was some news which was so negative for the market and then the market went up. So this happens, like this is the way how market is operating. This is the way how it happens. So you must know that all these biggies are actually manipulating the markets, like, on their fingertips. And if you think like everybody thinks, then you are not going to make money in this market. That is why you need to think on your own. You need to think practically. You need to understand all these things as well, and you need to consider all these things also. Like if the news or some kind of extra or ultra positive news is coming out, you need to think that this market has probably factored in. So you need to go to charts and see if before this news is coming out, was there any movement? Was there any sudden up move in the markets? If there was, then the market is not going to move up. It means that these biggies already knew about this move, and now the market might start tanking instead of going up. So this is how the factoring of the event thing comes into play. All the big people get the news. Some people do not believe it, but it is the truth. These people get the news and then they make their positions, because if you have the money and if you have the news which is confidential, which can potentially affect the market, what are you going to do about it? You are going to build your positions, right? and that is exactly what these people do. And this is how the market, factors in the move. We talk about factoring in. This is how the market knows what is coming. This is how the market knows what is going to be the surprise. And it is never the surprise for the market. Instead, we are the ones who are surprised always, because the news is positive and the market is tanking and we are clueless, or the news is negative, the market is going up and we are clueless. So this is what happens, and this is how the factoring of the event thing comes into play. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, because I keep coming back with such videos that revolve around trading, trading psychology, trading success, trading failures. Everything that revolves around trading you will find on this channel. So make sure to subscribe and check my other videos as well, because there's a lot of content I have made on trading for you, so you can learn the better way. I will see you in the next one. Until then, you guys take care. Bye bye. Peace out.